with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Erie News Nowcast this morning. I'm Jonathan Skinner, filling in for Mark Soliday. The Erie School Board has approved a plan for this upcoming school year, passing with an 8-1 vote the decision to have the school year start online. This comes after a week that the school's district initially planned this proposal by the school district superintendent. The new school year will start on September 8th for all students. It'll also give them time to fix some of the ventilation systems in the school buildings as well. The other big takeaway is that they're putting in a dress code as well. The board approved and agreed that students must be dressed appropriately for classes, whether they are in person or online. Also, on Wednesday, Erie County reported 17 new cases and 1 additional death due to COVID-19. And as the county leaders are trying to get those under control, they're also working with school districts to come up with reopening plans. But recent guidance from the state has made things a little bit more complicated. So the state recommendation isn't a mandate in some local districts. The county says at least might ignore that and bring students back anyway. So county leaders say that that might work for now. But in the meantime, despite the annoyance, districts have to develop plans in case they need to resort to a hybrid or entirely online school system. And also, we have more reaction from the announcement about the Big Ten canceling their fall football season. This now from Penn State alumni in the Erie area, as well as from the Erie area. This, of course, after that announcement that the Big Ten would be making that decision, and also the Big 12 announced that they would continue their football season. So we talked to some of the alumni from the Big Ten, from Penn State specifically, to see how they felt. Most said that they were disappointed to see the season have to go away, but the safety of the players to them is always the priority.
You know, there's program future security, there's scholarships, there's player eligibility. All of those questions have yet to be answered because the first and most important thing is the health and safety of the players, the staff, the coaches.
Quite frankly, I empathize extremely with the players and with the coaches because if I was playing right now, I would want to play myself. But at the same time, you need players to basically be protected from themselves.
As we mentioned, the Big 12 made their announcement that they would be moving forward. They also released the calendar for the fall football season, and the ACC and SEC are still at this time planning to move forward with their football seasons. The annual Lucille Ball Comedy Festival will be going virtual this year with the help from more than 24 comedians and other artists. The festival will be presented online by the National Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, starting Friday. The center will stream conversations with performers including Tiffany Haddish, Margaret Cho, and Weird Al Yankovic. The 29th annual festival also will pay tribute to Carl Reiner, the filmmaker and creator of The Dick Van Dyke Show, who passed away in June. The festival will stream through August 30th and be available later on demand on the company's website. Now, if you're in the house cleaning during COVID and come across a few extra books, in Green Township, they could use them for their books fundraiser. Since the coronavirus pandemic began back in March, Green Township has not been able to have any fundraisers, which they would normally have at least one per month. The book sale isn't until September 12th, but because of COVID-19, they're making sure to quarantine all the books to keep the community safe. Supervisor John Bernarke tells Erie News Now that they expect this year's sale to be a big hit.
2,000 books have come in so far, which is wonderful, and we're just hoping to get some more, and there's a good selection for people to come on September 12th.
Now, books can be dropped off at the Green Township building Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. until August 28th. And I know a lot of us have those books sitting around the house. I have a bookshelf, David, that has books on it that I tell myself I'm going to read, but still haven't yet. I'm sure a lot of us do as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks just like to have the bookshelves to, display their books, but they don't actually read them. And I know in some cases you can actually buy fake books to put on your bookshelf. So yeah, donate to those folks if you do have stacks and stacks of books that you haven't read or maybe finished a while ago. As we look outside, maybe a good day to get underneath that shade tree, I should say, and maybe read a book. Temperatures, yeah, they're getting pretty warm out there, so it is kind of hot in that sun. It is feeling like 80 because humidity levels are still relatively reasonable overall. We've got middle 70s Crawford County, Meadville specifically, 75 in Warren, 72 Jamestown, 75 in Clymer and Corey. Those dew points across the area, generally in the 50s to around 60s, so it is fairly comfortable even though temperatures are warming up quite a bit. Doppler max, nice and quiet, and we're expecting a few inland clouds as we go through the day. And Futurecast constantly hints on maybe that slight chance of a shower over there towards Trumbull County in northeastern Ohio, but that's really it. Looks good right on through the day and then into the night. If you're looking to see some of these shooting stars associated with the Perseid meteor shower, may be able to before some high clouds try to come on in. On Friday, we are looking pretty sun-filled overall, not expecting any rain, but Saturday that changes up, and it looks like it will likely occur as we get later on in the morning and then during the afternoon. I've actually upped those rain chances just a bit for the day on Saturday. Today, down at the beach, we are expecting plenty of sunshine, plenty of heat, a low swimming risk, and that just equals a perfect day at the beach. Your weather impact index at a 0. We're expecting a lot of that sunshine. No rain for the next 2 days, but I'll talk more about the weekend weather and how the rain could translate to some cooler weather next week. That's coming up in just a minute.
All right, thanks, David. And you might remember back to when the Planters company introduced us to Baby Nut. Now, this was around the Super Bowl time, the reincarnated baby version of Mr. Peanut. Well, apparently Baby Nut is now 21 years old and now called Peanut Jr. Check this out.
ID?
Yes, sir.
Wait, so you're telling me you fell off a cliff, came back to life as a baby, and now you're 21?
Yeah, it's been a weird year.
Certainly has been a weird year. Now, the post that goes along with the video says, I'm officially 21 and that it's been a nutty year. This news blew up on Twitter. Some people even saying Planters had gone too far. And it's funny, you see on that driver's license, it also says date of birth, complicated. And I bet it certainly is. Now, also, a little celebration of left-handers today. Today is International Left-Handers Day. Mattel is ready to help lefties celebrate with its first ever left-handed version of Uno. Now, it's been redesigned with numbers switched to the opposite side of the card, which makes it a little bit easier for left-handed players to see the numbers when holding their cards. So if you know somebody left-handed, it'd be a nice little birthday gift for them potentially. And finally, some people absolutely hate their driver's license photos for various reasons, but a Tennessee woman received hers in the mail recently, and it's one she'll never forget. Jane Dodd says she renewed her license online, but when the ID card arrived in the mail, she found that it had a photo of an empty chair. Yeah, check that out right there. Dodd ended up visiting DMV office to get the error corrected. A DMV spokesperson says the error results from the wrong photo being saved to Dodd's profile. And Dodd says she finds the situation pretty funny. I would get a good laugh out of that as long as I didn't have to wait back in the DMV line again to take my picture over, David.
Yeah, I guess it seems like that was automated and the person was supposed to be there and they just took the picture and nobody checked the fact that nobody was there. But hey, you can't have a bad photo if you're not actually in the photo. As we look ahead, we're noticing the rain icon. Yeah, we've got that over the weekend after 2 pretty nice warm summer days. Now, these showers could keep those temperatures down. This is really where the big change in the forecast has occurred. I am upping those rain chances really for Saturday, even on Sunday. By Monday, looks like that front will start to push on through cooler and drier weather. A little taste of fall, at least fall-ish, by Tuesday and Wednesday. So definitely a little break from the heat, but hey, it's still summertime, so we know we'll have those hot days ahead. But towards the end of the 7-day, the hinting is that we will certainly be cooling down just a touch. Jonathan?
All right, thanks, David, and thank you all so much for joining us here on the Erie News Nowcast. Remember to tune into our next broadcast at noon on WSEE and 12:30 on WICU. Make it a great day for yourself and also for someone else. We'll see you tomorrow.